Hi, and welcome. I'm Plain White Toast, and this is ARK Survival Rewound, where I take a look back at the way ARK was. This time, I'll be taking a look at ARK Winter Wonderland, the first Christmas event. ARK Winter Wonderland was the first ARK Survival Evolved Christmas event. Added on December 22nd, 2015 with the release of patch 2.28.0 and ending on January 5th, 2016. The most notable change was that the entire island was covered with snow and the temperatures were generally colder. Each night, Raptor Claus would fly across the sky in his sleigh pulled by reindeer osirises, and he would drop presents around the island for all the good little survivors. The presents were similar to beacon drops, but they would contain coal, mistletoe, or some piece of gear or a blueprint. Other than coal and mistletoe, saddles, scuba gear, ghillie items, and blueprints seemed to be the standard loot, though coal and mistletoe were more likely. About 1 out of every 4 drops would contain something other than coal or mistletoe. Mistletoe was used, along with various other more standard resources, to craft the special items that were added during the event. These were all decorative items that were added only for the duration of the event. The items that were added were holiday lights, Christmas stockings, a wreath, Christmas tree, snowman, and gift boxes to which you could add loot and then gift them to your tribe mates or whatever, I suppose, like an actual present. There are also several skins added for the event. These were the Santa Hat skin, the Dino Santa Hat skin, the Candy Cane Club skin, and the Megaloceros reindeer skin. These skins were the only items that remained in the game after the event ended. All of the decorative items and skins were crafted at a smithy. And as with so many other things in ARK, the resources required to craft some of the items was a bit excessive. 30 mistletoe for a Santa Hat skin, 40 mistletoe for the Candy Cane Club skin, and 100 mistletoe for the reindeer skin. Ridiculous. As a result, and after collecting enough mistletoe to craft just one Santa Hat skin, I spawned in some of the other items into single player, as that was the only way I was going to get a chance to experience them during the event. Coal could be used in a cooking pot to summon the Dodo Rex, similar to the way the Dodo Rex was summoned during the Turkey Trial event. 300 coal was required to summon the Dodo Rex this time, and again, ridiculous. A nigh impossible grind for something with virtually no reward. So I didn't waste a lot of time collecting coal and mistletoe. Most of what I did was fly around and try to get the blueprints and the items that were in the Raptor Claus drops. I never even built a snowman, which in hindsight disappoints me a little bit. But I did get a lot of good quality saddles and saddle blueprints, along with pieces of scuba gear and ghillie items that I still use to this day. Thanks, Raptor Claus. I think if Wildcard does this again in the future, there seems to be plans that they will have a 2017 Winter Wonderland number 3. But if they do, I hope they realize that the grind is a bit ridiculous. I don't think they do. I don't think they play their game. I honestly don't think they play their game. And if they do, I think they don't play it enough. And they probably don't play it at vanilla rates without spawning things in and cheating. I know I sure don't. Just a quick note on these videos. I apparently didn't record some of the events in 2016, or I have very limited footage of them. I think the general thing is that they were so grindy that I kind of just ignored them when they came up and didn't really focus on any of the event content. So I have I have recordings from those times, but I don't have anything focusing on event content. They make it such a grind that I don't even want to bother with things that are going to be gone in a week. You know, all of these decorative items that you would grind for. Granted, the decorative items that disappeared were cheaper to make, but even still, if I were to make some holiday lights, that would take away all the mistletoe I needed to craft a Santa hat skin, which was the one thing that would stick around. Well, one of the things that would stick around. So, again, nice to have an event, but a little bit disappointing on how grindy it was. And this was just in my single-player game. I can't imagine what it would be like if you were actually on an active server where there were other people that were trying to get to these Raptor Claws drops. I would imagine that if you're on a server where there was any kind of an alpha tribe, that they would have several people going after each drop, and they'd be looking out for each other, watching each other's backs as somebody grabbed each of the drops. And that the people who were not as established or didn't have friends wouldn't have had a chance to even craft the simplest of items for the event. So I'm not really sure where Wildcard is coming from in a lot of the decisions they make for the grind in this game. Other than, like I said, I don't think they really play their game, and certainly not in the same fashion as they expect others to play it. So the other thing that happened during the Winter Wonderland event was on New Year's Eve, this large ball appeared in the sky and started a countdown to drop. Again, Wildcard is really poor at communicating, and I didn't understand that it took 12 hours once activated for the ball to actually drop, so I missed the actual landing of the ball and the fireworks display that went off when that happened. I think Wildcard would really benefit from hiring a communications person, somebody who's actually, their job is communications, their focus, their degree, their expertise is communications. And because obviously the people who work at Wildcard don't understand how to communicate, at least not with their fan base and customers. They basically leave everything for you to figure out in the game, with very few tooltips, very little guidance, no manual, absolutely nothing. Just figure it out. And that's a big part of the reason I think that people have such high play times in this game is, one, there's a lot of waiting for things, and two, there's a lot of grinding for things that are very simple. That's why I only play single player. But that's ARK, and this has been ARK Survival Rewound. Thanks for watching, and watch your back.